So guys out in Revolution Land and the Rake land, of course, welcome. I'm so pleased to be here with Jean-Marc, CEO of Panerai. Jean-Marc, how are you, my friend?
Good morning to everybody. Morning way. It's a pleasure to start my day with you. I know you already are in the middle of in Singapore. Everything is okay. The sky is blue. The business is restarting in Switzerland. Stores are reopening. Restaurants, cafes, soon hotels and cinemas. So Europe is slightly but surely getting back on track. I was in Italy, where we have our communication, marketing, design center this week, and you see the same. You probably know that Milano has been especially hit during this crisis, but we see people are back in the streets. Tourists are still not there, and we think we'll have to wait a couple of more months before seeing the flow of tourism we're used to have in Milano. But we are on the track.
And I'm so glad to hear that. You know, for those of us who live in first world countries, in Europe, in the United States, and here in Asia, in Singapore, the lockdown looks like it'll be lifted in about mid-June. I think there's this wonderful sense of optimism. You know, it's this moment of hope for us. Of course, life won't go back to exactly the way it was before, but finally we see some light at the end of the tunnel. But one of the things that we wanted to talk about today is that if we also look at what's going on in Brazil or in Peru or in South Africa, we can see that these are countries that are now really feeling the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. And some of these countries don't really have an amazing medical infrastructure to begin with. And so I think it's important for us to realize that it's not over, and whatever we can do to represent to the watch public that this is a global problem, whatever we can do to maybe raise money for COVID solidarity, I think it's an important thing for us to do. Would you agree?
Yeah. Well, as you know, when you gave me a message a couple of weeks ago, I supported the initiative right ahead because, as you say, rightfully, even if we see some light in the tunnel, we still have a long way to go before being back to normal conditions. Some countries, US, for example, Brazil, as you mentioned, South Africa, and some other countries do still suffer from a big number of infections. And the number of tourists in the world will be still blocked for many, many months. So yes, the situation economically will probably remain extremely challenging up to the end of this year. So any support we can bring as a brand to your initiative, I highly recommend all the others joining your efforts to make it happen.
Oh, thank you so much, Jean-Marc. You know, and I remember the moment when I mentioned it to you and you jumped in right away and said, and not only did you say, yes, I would like to be committed to this and I would like to donate something, but you also donated an amazing watch, right? Something not prototype for a novelty for this year, which is the first Luminor Marina that's ever been made of your incredible CarboTech material. So maybe let's take a little walk back through the innovation of CarboTech and what it represents to Panerai. So let's go back to the year 2015 when we see the first appearance of CarboTech in this incredible submersible watch. There we go.
Exactly. And, well, the CarboTech is close to our heart because, as you know, we have rather big watches, and it was a way for us to improve the weight of our major models. And here you see the first submersible in this material. You never have two models the same way because we are cutting the CarboTech in a way that the slices of material you are seeing here in the picture very well, and you never have the same watch. Based on the success we have got on this submersible, we have decided to continue the CarboTech on other models, and for the first time we are launching it on our iconic model, which is the Luminor 44mm. And as you know, this year, as I already got the occasion to express it, Luminor is the highlight of the year 2020. Our 44mm, especially our so-called 1312, for all the ones who know Panerai by heart, and I know you, Wei, know it by heart. The 1312 is our bestseller wherever we are operating in the world, and we have decided this year to animate the 1312 with exotic materials, including the CarboTech. So, as you say, rightfully, 2015, the first CarboTech. 2017, we had the Lab ID, where we were for the first time launching these navy blue indexes on the Luminor with a special series of 50 pieces that you probably remember. And it's a summary, a cocktail of all these initiatives taken by Panerai the last couple of years that we have on this Marina 44.
Yeah, let's take up a quick look at the Lab ID. Now, this is a watch that was launched in 2017. So this is a watch that is really cool and really important and seminal to me. You know, Panerai was born as a military instrument, and in terms of visibility, it was a watch that was important to be seen, submerged at depth in the dark of night. So you have always this focus on visibility and luminosity. At the same time, it was a watch that was meant to withstand the rigors of the military use. So one of the things that came out of this was material innovation. And I know you were one of the first guys to use titanium, one of the first guys to use a ceramic coated titanium material as well. And now when you move to carbon fiber, you also decided with the Lab ID to work on also the movement. So if I'm not mistaken, this is a watch that used no lubrication whatsoever, and therefore came with a 50-year warranty. Is that correct, sir?
It was the beginning of the story that my predecessor Angelo Bonatti made to support this concept, which was this very spectacular movement where we had only 50 pieces and with a 50 years guarantee. It's a principle we have reused this year, by the way, for 70 years of Luminor, which is entitling you to have 70 years of guarantee for 10 innovations we have this year. So it's a proof that we are very convinced about the quality of our movements, of the reliability of our movements, even though they are extremely sophisticated, like the one you are seeing here in the picture. But we believe at Panerai that the customer experience is something which is extremely key to our brand, and that when you buy a watch at this price, it makes sense that we are assisting you for many years to come.
Amazing. Okay, in that case, with no further ado, Sumit, let's bring up the picture of the PAM 1661, the prototype, first Luminor Marina in CarboTech with these amazing luminous indexes, sandwich style, blue luminova. It's super cool. And again, Jean-Marc, I want to thank you so much for offering this watch for our auction. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. What an amazing watch that is.
So this was the first, to give you some insights, this was the first prototype that I've been seeing in our manufacture, where we have our laboratory in Neuchâtel, Switzerland. And the three first ones, we have rejected them. And this one was the first one accepted a couple of months ago. Normally, as you know, we are always keeping our prototypes. For this occasion, we are pleased to give it to you. And it's on its way to Singapore. You know, it's somewhere in the world between Switzerland and Singapore. Will come soon, and the first piece on which we are doing some tests, and for which you have all the beauty of having the ingredients, which is a mix of the 44 millimeter, the blue indexes of the Lab ID, and the famous material associated with Panerai, which is the CarboTech. That's awesome. What a beautiful watch that is. And 44 mm and CarboTech, and then super light as a result of being in carbon fiber. CarboTech, which is it's carbon fiber in sheets that are layered, and then when pieces are machined, you get this amazing sort of unique pattern, so that every watch is unique. This sort of beautiful marble effect is incredible. You know, 96 grams on your wrist, so it's a very light timepiece. It has our manufacturer movement, which we call the P9010, which is made in Neuchâtel. And for all the ones of you who have the chance to visit Switzerland, as you know, on the way knows the spot very well, you are more than welcome to visit our manufacturer. That's amazing. And so for the person that wins this auction lot, we urge you to go to Neuchâtel, go visit the manufacturer, wear your prototype, because you'll be probably the only person walking around with a factory authorized prototype on your wrist. And we just want to mention that the proceeds of this auction, which will happen on the week of June 15th, so it'll be on a platform called Givergy, which is a business that's been set up specific for online charity auctions. It's completely transparent, so we're going to donate the entire amount of the proceeds to the charity that you choose. So just one last thing is also that this charity auction is meant to benefit the World Health Organization's COVID Solidarity Fund. However, I would put forward to anyone that's out there that, okay, if for whatever reason you feel that there's a more urgent need, say you want to donate the money to the Red Cross in Peru, or you want to donate the money to the Red Cross in Brazil, or you feel particularly connected to something that's happening, reach out to us, tell us what it is, and if you win the lot and we feel it's we can come to a mutual decision that this is very completely worthwhile and an important charity to donate the money to, then we'll donate it to that instead, because we just don't want anyone to feel inhibited from bidding on this and winning this lot and spending the maximum amount of money. Would you agree, Jean-Marc? Yeah, for sure. I know you'll do it well and for the good cause. Excellent.
Sir, I would like to thank you very much, and also a special thanks to your head of communication, Carla Salanzini, because she's also been amazing throughout this entire process as well. Great person, and you have an amazing team. And you know, your watches are made in Switzerland, but also your heart is very Italian, and it's a warm heart. It's a heart that belongs to a nation that's undergone, you know, probably one of the greatest stresses in the history of that country, and has emerged from it with so much beauty and so much warmth and so much passion and so much joy. And so I really wanted to thank you. Thank you as a uniquely Italian brand also for this incredible donation. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Our pleasure at Panerai and all the team to participate to this operation, and I wish you, all of you, good luck to make it a success.
Grazie,
have a great day.
Grazie,
thank you, Wei.
Cheers.
Ciao, ciao. Thank you, Wei.